Hey Sagittarius, and thank you so much for joining me on my channel Green Line Goddess. This is your weekly reading and a general reading using the Mythic Tarot cards, stories of the Greek myths. So what can we get for the beautiful Sagittarius? What can we get for you this week? Okay, great. Let's get straight into it. Ooh, okay. The Hermit and the Five of Cups. Okay, interesting. So the Hermit is a major arcana. This is Kronos. And when the Hermit comes in, there's a sense of withdrawal and finding answers within and quietude. There's this sense of looking within for answers. And I'm also getting a feeling of almost loneliness, feeling a little bit lonely. And with the Five of Cups, I get sadness, like a loss. So I feel a little bit of withdrawal, loneliness, loss. I feel sad. I feel there's a little something has left your life, and I'm feeling a little bit sad. It could be making you feel a bit sad this week. So, yeah, I feel heavy-hearted. And if you see in both of the pictures, they're both holding a candle. They're both holding a candle. Perhaps you held a flame for somebody and they've left. Someone you loved has gone. And you're trying to find answers. You're trying to find the light. You're trying to find the reasons behind this. Queen of Wands. This is my Leo card. Sorry, my cat's jumping around in the background. This is my Leo card. So this could be related to a Leo. Definitely, I mean, it's Leo card because for obvious reasons, the lines. But I'm getting, strangely enough, I'm getting, just based on these little things, I'm getting Russia. I don't know why, this is so weird. I'm getting Russia, like those little, in Moscow, those little houses. And I'm getting, so what I'm getting with that, because Russia's a long way away from where I am in Australia, I'm getting a long distance. There's a distance. This loss could be around the fact that someone is a long way away from you or not within reach. Whatever that means, but I'm just getting this long distance element to it. And holding your flame high, you still love them, you still honouring them or their memory. So this could actually be a death of somebody, but it's a loss of some point. You're still holding that flame high. So it could be you still have feelings for somebody and there's distance now between you, but you still feel for them. So, and whether it is a loss or it's just someone that you kind of loved that left your life, that is no longer in your life, that's kind of what the Hermit or the Five of Cups could be around as well. Like this feeling that someone has left and someone that you loved quite deeply has left, and there's now distance. This is what I'm getting. So there's distance. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is so odd, these cards, but I'm just getting different meanings for them. What I'm getting is from this is, I feel like this is the other person. They're a long way away, but they might actually be quite happy where they are. Even if they're strangely on the other side. I know I'm just getting some weird messages sometimes in these readings. If they're on the other side, there's this sense of happiness. The laurel around his head, this is Daedalus, reminds me of heaven. But I'm also really drawn to the two hands. They're happy. They're happy with their lot. They're happy with where they're at. So it's almost like saying whoever you're worried about or whoever you've missed or whoever has left your life, they're fine. They're actually happy where they are. They've found their happiness. And so I don't feel like this person holds any anger or resentment or is upset about any events that have occurred in the past. I don't feel like any of that. I feel like they've found their peace. I feel like this person has found their peace and they're happy with what they've achieved in their life. They're happy with, it's this sense of happiness and achievement. And so with the Knight of Cups coming in, this is the Knight of Cups. See, all these cards are having different meanings. All these cards are having different meanings in this reading, because this is normally an offer coming through. But what I'm being drawn to more is this little patch of water in the distance. Again, it's a distant thing. And the water represents emotions. It's a very calm emotion. It's a calm feeling. And again, I feel like I just keep getting that there's this really strong connection between you and this person, even though there's distance between you. And I feel like, maybe you're on very different paths. You're kind of going in different directions. But it feels like there's this peace. Peace has been made between you, if that makes sense. And I feel like they're kind of almost emanating peace, but psychically. I don't feel like it's physical. I feel like it's psychic peace. So whether someone's actually physically removed and you might not actually be talking, because I don't feel like there's any communication between you. I feel like it's all happening on a different level, a psychic level. So whether that person, like I said, has passed or they've just moved away, it's someone that you're estranged from, but they've found their peace, but there's still a very, very strong connection between you, a link, like a psychic link. So we have the Knight of Swords here. This is such a cryptic reading for you guys this week. Okay. So we have this Knight of Swords here. Again, the twin energy. So this is sometimes a Gemini energy, but it's twin flame, twin energy. It could even be a twin, but there's just this sense that this person that you've got this connection with, you are almost two seeds in a pod, two peas in a pod is what I'm trying to say. It's almost like you are siblings, or you're connected so closely on a soul level. And it's like you're heading in the same direction. It's like you're from... This is a very esoteric reading, so please bear with me, Sagittarius. But it's like you are both from the same soul group, if this is going to make sense to some people, and you're heading in the same direction. So the Knight of Swords is heading, the twins are both heading in the same direction. The swords, and this is sometimes about this card's usually about sudden and disruptive changes, but perhaps it was quite sudden, the change, the leaving, the loss. But I feel like just there's this closeness still. See how close they are. They're holding each other. They're still holding feelings for each other. They're holding each other tight. They're from the same soul group. They're still on the same soul path. So you're on the same soul path with this person. So there is a closeness, even though there's a distance. So it's really strange. So it's like on a soul level, you're actually really close with this person. But physically, and maybe when you were younger, because it's got a childlike energy, like maybe when you were kids or younger, you were very much closer to this person. And what am I getting from this card? I'm just getting the bond between those two, between the two twins. Just getting the bond of how close they are. Oh, the wind's coming through and blowing everything over. Sorry, I just got to sort this out. Everything's blowing. Yeah, it's just a funny feeling. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to ask for another card. I'm going to come back to that Knight of Swords because I feel like there's more to get from that. So with the Judgment card, Major Arcana, this is Hermes. And again, this is why I'm getting a sense Hermes can bring souls to the dead and he can take souls away from the dead. And this is about something from the past that's coming back to you. This is someone from your past that's coming back. Now, it's also because he's in the underworld, the Judgment. Again, I get this feeling it's a relationship with someone that could have passed, or it's someone that was in your life a long time ago and has left, but it's someone from your past. Okay? And the fact that you might actually be receiving communication, well, you are now, from like messages from this person, because he can bring people from the dead. He can bring messages from the dead. Hermes can. And so I feel like this is a message from someone who has passed, or someone who you thought had been put to rest in your life. So I'm going to pull out one last card because I just need a clarifier about this. But this is definitely what's going to be on your mind this week. A long distance, someone that's kind of left your life, that was in your life in the past, but you've still got a very, very strong connection, but it doesn't feel like you're actually physically talking to each other, but you're from the same soul group. So even if they're passed, or they've moved to a totally different country and they're not talking to you anymore, totally different space, there's still that really strong connection that you still hold a flame for each other. There's still love there. There's a psychic connection. So and messages are going to be coming in. There's going to be some sort of communication coming. Because I don't feel like this hasn't ended yet. Sometimes the Judgment card is, when I say this hasn't ended yet, this is the card that popped out, the Fool, which is about new beginnings. Okay? So, I mean, if you wanted to read this rationally with the Judgment coming through, it would be putting things to rest and then starting anew, finding a new beginning. But what I'm getting is that it's not necessarily an ending. It's a new way of being or relating to this person. So it might be that you've made peace with it. You've laid to rest the loss and the sadness from the past, and found a new way to connect in with that childlike energy and move forward, to step forward. Not really knowing where you're going, stepping into the unknown, but taking the bravery, the courage to step forward. I'm getting this sense of courage with the Fool card. So is it that the other person has moved on with their life and you haven't? And now this Fool card is saying, this is what I'm getting now, it's time for you to take those next steps and move on, find your happiness, make your peace with the situation. There's a new dawn in the Fool card. So that's the message I'm getting for you guys this week, Sagittarius. I hope that makes sense for some of you guys. It's quite full on and deep, and I hope it makes sense. So please take care. If you would like to hear more, I'm going to be uploading these at the same time each week. So please subscribe, like or leave a comment, and take care this week, Sagittarius. And I'll see you next time. Bye.